Good evening and welcome to UTV Live. The Ulster Unionist Party leader, Doug Beattie, has called for an end to mandatory coalition at Stormont. During his first speech to his party conference as leader, Mr Beattie called for the protocol to be replaced, insisted there would be no unionist electoral pacts and set out his vision for inclusive and progressive unionism. Mr Beattie also said government here has become dysfunctional.
Mandatory coalition and other measures that were supposed to be about minority protections have been used and abused for the purpose of frustrating the Executive and the Assembly. There have been some pitiful outcomes and mutual veto rather than delivery and power sharing. A mandatory five-party coalition no longer delivers good government. We need to create a working power-sharing government with a working power-sharing opposition to hold them to account.
There have been another 4 deaths linked to COVID-19 and a further 1,274 positive cases, according to the Department of Health. It comes as the Health Minister, Robin Swan, said the winter months could see the greatest pressures ever experienced by our health service due to a likely upsurge in respiratory illnesses such as flu, as well as pressures caused by COVID. A protest against the withdrawal of the £20 uplift to universal credit has taken place in Belfast. Demonstrators gathered outside the Department for Communities in the city centre this afternoon. People before Profit Assembly member Jerry Carroll says thousands are facing into a very difficult winter.
Yeah, we're here today because we're absolutely furious and livid that the Tories are implementing a cut in the universal credit uplift. People will lose £1,000 a year. It'll affect thousands of people in my constituency and hundreds of thousands right across the north. So our message here today is to tell the Tories to back off, to leave people alone. People are struggling as it is. But also I've got a message to the Executive. If the Tories don't back off, if the Tories maintain this uplift reduction, then Stormont, the Executive, need to step in to make sure people aren't thrown to the wolves.
The Economy Minister has announced that telephone applications for the High Street voucher scheme will go live from Monday at 8 a.m. and that number is available on your screen now. Gordon Lyons also said that homeless people and asylum seekers will be allowed to apply for the scheme. Organisations helping those without a permanent address can apply on their behalf. The card must be used before the 30th of November.
Well, look, I'm really glad that we already have 1.2 million people who have signed up through the online portal. However, even though that you can apply online for other people, we thought that for some who weren't able to get somebody else to help them, that it was good for us to have a telephone service so that people can use it. So I'm pleased that's going to be open for Monday, and people will be able to ring up and go through the process the same way as someone would online.
Sport now in Northern Ireland. Stephen Davis believes all the pressure is on Switzerland going into tonight's Crunch World Cup qualifier in Geneva. The visitors start the match 3 points behind the Swiss in the battle for second place and a playoff berth from Group C. A win would keep their fate in their own hands, but a defeat would be a massive blow to hopes of reaching Qatar 2022. Kick-off for that match is at 7:45. Meanwhile, it's looking like a big win for the Republic and for manager Stephen Kenny as their match against Azerbaijan is 3-0 in the final minutes of the game. Staying with football, and there were 2 matches in the Irish Premiership today. Linfield beat Carrick Rangers by 4-0 to climb to 3rd in the league table, while Ballymena United lost 1-0 to Crusaders. And to ice hockey, the Belfast Giants have returned to winning ways with another 2 goals and 2 points in their Challenge Cup group with a comfortable away win over the Fife Flyers. Mark Cooper and Jeff Baughan scored the goals for the Giants last night. The sides meet again tomorrow. Just time for the weather. Here's Matt Sterling.
It's cold out there. But there's a heatwave on the way. UTV weather, sponsored by Phoenix Natural Gas.
Today's rain is now finally clearing, and in the next few days things are looking mostly dry with some bright weather at times, although it will be also cooler than of late. The cold front, which has brought all the wet weather recently, is moving away to the southeast, and that's allowing higher pressure to generally build in from the west for Sunday and for the early part of next week. It's looking fine for the rest of the evening and staying that way overnight too. Some fog patches will creep in during the early hours and temperatures will fall to low single figures in the coldest spots by morning. Any fog will lift and clear by mid-morning to leave a mostly dry day on Sunday with sunny spells. A few light showers are possible though, mainly in the afternoon, and it will be cooler than of late, with a high of 15 degrees Celsius. Monday looks mainly dry and bright. Thicker clouds expected on Tuesday, but staying largely dry and brighter weather returning for Wednesday.
Home means more snuggling up and keeping warm. UTV Weather, sponsored by Phoenix Natural Gas.
That's all from us for now. There are updates on our website, itv.com/UTV. I'll be back tomorrow evening around the same time, but from everyone on the weekend team, have a great evening. Bye-bye.